Photoshop has a new feature. This isn't the beta, but it's actions. Now, actions have been around for quite a while, but they've now really given a massive boost to actions. Where you can find that window and actions. Now in here, you get this panel. This panel with actions gives you a load of features. You've got here, select the subject, remove background, enhance colours, make it pop. They're just suggestions that it thinks that you might really want. So let's just go for make it pop. Just click there. And then it will get the result of all the actions that it thinks will make this image pop, such as add a medium contrast, brighten the image, boost the vibrance. And you can see what happens when you hover over. You can just go along there, all the way down, say warm contrast. It will apply the effect, the action, but it's not live. It's not gone and done it already. It's just giving you a preview. So you can just hover and go down, black and white style. Now, sometimes it's a bit slow, obviously depending on the size of the image. Takes a few seconds to process, but you can see, go down here, strongly boosted to cyans, or maybe go up to add a general contrast. But you can also change this. You can decide, you know what, I want, say, levels. Let's just put levels, and it will give you suggestions for adjust, auto adjust, layer style, drop shadow, add layer with black color, and so on. So there's lots and lots of options. Maybe that one, add a layer with black color. It hasn't done it yet until I click it. Maybe I go for, say, contrast. So contrast. And now just tab off there. And now you've got increase the contrast and 40% contrast and so on. So you can run through these, just try them out with any image. You can also go to photo repair and warm contrast. But let's apply it. So to apply it, simply click. And that's it. It's done. And now, of course, you can go and select maybe another one. So I've got the move tool selected here, but maybe I just go down here, maybe go 10% contrast or low contrast, black and white. Now you'll notice that some, it seems to take quite a long time or just doesn't do it. I'm not certain the reason why. However, let's just go to window and layers. So the layers you can see now, you get this photo repair, warm contrast, and you can then expand this out and you can see you get all these different adjustments in there. And you've also got this background here. And of course, if you decide, you can just get rid of it. Simply deselect that and it's gone. Or simply select that and just delete it. And you can say delete and just delete again. Let's just go all the way, group and content. It's gone. Now let's go to another one. Let's go again. Let's go add a general contrast. Just click that. And you can see now over here, you've just got a curves. Now the variety of different layers generated will be different, obviously, depending on the action. Also, one great thing about this new actions feature is that you can go over here, edit and undo action. And that will undo everything for that action. So let's just do undo action. And then it's back to what it was before. So let's go for another one. I want to say blend mode. Let's just go for blend mode. I'm just suddenly thinking, what's it going to come up with? Getting results takes a bit of time. You got here gradient fade. So gradient fade. So just now I want to click that. And you can see now over here, I've got this background, I've got a gradient fade. That's it. That's all it's done. It's done a gradient fade. It's just done it super quick, super easy, which again, if you want, you can go undo action and it's gone. So this is a really powerful sort of effects filters engine. Loads of possible options here. And also, of course, you'll be able to develop things as well, I'm quite certain, for yourself, all various things that you want to use. And obviously you can also send in some, maybe send some suggestions to Adobe. I want tons of blurring effects or whatever. Obviously this sort of thing is clearly what they want. They want to find out what people want to create with these things. Let's just go for that now. Let's just say oil paint. I love, my favorite one is oil paint, sketched oil paint. So oil painting. And now if I click that, and now oil painting applied. So what it generates, now that is not actually one of my favorite ways of doing the oil painting, but still, of course, I can always undo it, and I can always go over here and I can modify them. They're not fixed. You can literally go and just change them, filter gallery, oil paint, just tweak them in all kinds of ways. And also, again, you can always undo the whole thing. However, another thing that's really useful, say you want to find out all the ones that are available currently. Well, what you do, and this is a suggestion from Pete Green from Adobe, and all you need to do is just put a space in, and then all the ones with space. Now, there may be a few that don't have this, and maybe, but this will probably return 99% of these options. You can see you can run through. Now, some perhaps don't actually apply the effect until you click it. You can run through strongly blur image, blur background, and so on. So you can see there's a lot of stuff here. You can also, if you want, simply just go back to classic. So you've got classic actions as well. So classic actions, if you want, there's the classic actions. I haven't got many. I've got a few that I've added, but now I can go back to the option before, which is go up here, and now I'll go to actions down here. It's not immediately obvious actually how to switch back again. Maybe they should call it new actions. That would be even better, wouldn't it? But actions down there, classic actions, well, actions. And there it is back again. Well, what you can also do is obviously add medium color. You can apply it to the subject or to the background. Now, the background's not the world's greatest of backgrounds, but let's just go through some of these ones. And I'm just going to look for apply sepia tone. There's apply sepia tone. Now, that would apply it to the whole image. But you go over here and you'll notice you've got this. Just click there. You've got play action, which of course is the default, and it will do it over the whole image. Apply on the subject. So just click that and it will process it. It takes a few seconds. You can see now the background has not been changed. So that's still not sepia, it's grey. But in this case, because it's of course created a mask there. So let's again edit and undo action. Back to that. You can go here again, click here and apply on background. Obviously, again, it's not most exciting of backgrounds, but apply on background instead of applying to the subject. So there you can now see you've got the sepia background. Again, you can always, if you want, flatten everything. You don't want this. And also you can always go and edit it and tweak it and so on. So that, and you can also, again, like I say, just go through these and you can see you can run through these. Now, sometimes, again, it suddenly doesn't seem to work. I have noticed that, but you can see you now can run through and maybe go for this one, increase saturation and so on. And I'm just going to apply it. And there is a new feature in Photoshop. I think it's a really powerful feature that, of course, doesn't do anything other than all these various filters that you've always had, or adjustment layers, etc. But it does make it a whole lot easier just to rapidly go through and just apply all kinds of different effects. So let's just go for, again, say a blur. So strongly blur, you've got pixelate image. Let's just click that and now apply that pixelate layer. Will it do anything at this point? Doesn't seem to be doing. You've got the pixelate layer there. Maybe let's just go back to that one and pixelate image. Yes. You still have to apply some sort of, obviously realizing that just by just clicking it will not apply the effect. So you have to, again, move it down. Now you'll notice what it does actually create for some of these filter runs, it actually creates another layer. So that's quite useful. So that will duplicate that layer and then apply the effect. So if you decide, you know what, I don't want that pixelate effect, you can just simply remove it there. So that seems to be the case for these ones. So again, might go say this background here, strongly blur image. So just click this, so click that, and now it'll apply that blur. And see again what happens, it creates a copy. Weirdly, in this case, it doesn't actually call it blur. That seems a bit weird. But anyway, it created pixelate layer previously. You'd think it would have created a blur layer. Didn't seem to do that. But I think it's a real great feature. Lots of options in this, and hopefully one of these features that will improve. And like I say, send some comments to Adobe and say, please put in this feature and that feature. And I'm certain that many additional actions will be added to obviously help improve the images in a very quick time. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions, please let me know. Will you be using this actions feature? Have you been using this actions feature? Are you using the Photoshop Beta? I think the Photoshop Beta is really good. It's got lots of great options. One thing I've noticed going through this, I don't think any of the parametric filters are in it, but that's unlikely, I guess, since that's still also in Beta. No, there are no parametric filters. That's another great feature, I think, in Photoshop Beta. Any questions? I say please in the comments. A like or dislike, always appreciated. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Bye.